Hillsong Church, commonly known as Hillsong, is a charismatic Christian megachurch based in Australia. The church, originally called Hills Christian Life Centre, was established in 1983 in Baulkham Hills, New South Wales, by Brian Houston and his wife Bobby. The church is also known for its worship music, with groups such as Hillsong Worship, Hillsong United and Hillsong Young and Free. Until separating from it in 2018, Hillsong was a member of the Australian Christian Churches. Hillsong is a megachurch that has been described by popular music scholar Tom Wagner as a confluence of sophisticated marketing techniques and popular music. The music of Hillsong United and Hillsong Worship are credited with driving Hillsong's global popularity. Through the 1980s and 1990s, the congregation grew from 45 members to nearly 20,000 and emerged as a significant influence in the area of contemporary worship music. This was a result of strategic marketing that targeted younger generations and Hillsong's success at establishing itself as a global music standard. Originally, services were held at the Baulkham Hills Public School Hall. In 1997, the church moved into its new building at Baulkham Hills Norwest Business Park. A new convention center at the church's Hills location was opened on the 19th of October 2002 by John Howard, the then Prime Minister of Australia. During the 1990s, Kiev Christian Life Centre, now Hillsong Kiev, and London Christian Life Centre, now Hillsong London, were planted from Hillsong Church as independent churches. In March 2007, Hillsong Kiev planted an offshoot church in Moscow, which started regular services in July 2007. It was announced in October 2007 that Phil Dooley and Lucinda Dooley would plant a Hillsong church in South Africa in March 2008. Hillsong Stockholm, Sweden, formerly known as Passion Church, was planted in 2008-2009. In 2017, Hillsong announced it would be opening a church in Tel Aviv, Israel. Hillsong United featured Dara Nasser, a Palestinian Christian, in their music video Prince of Peace. The video was recorded live in Israel and shows a stone at the entrance of Nasser's farm, which has the words, "We refuse to be enemies," written on it. In 2018, it was announced that Hillsong would be expanding into Canada and Mexico, with the launch of Hillsong Toronto on the 23rd of September 2018 and Hillsong Monterey later that year. In September 2018, Hillsong left the Australian Christian Churches to become an autonomous denomination, identifying itself more as a global and charismatic church. According to both Hillsong and ACC, the parting was amicable. In October 2020, they purchased the Festival Hall venue in Melbourne to become the home of Hillsong Church Melbourne, city's weekly church services after undergoing renovations to better suit the new uses. Hillsong Church reports 150,000 members in 23 countries. In Australia, the denomination reported 30 churches and 43,000 members in 2018. The founders, Brian and Bobby Houston, are currently the global senior pastors of Hillsong Church. The church is governed by a board of elders. The elders lead the church spiritually as well as act as a board of directors. The members of the Hillsong eldership are senior executive staff and business leaders from Hillsong's congregation. Elders are appointed for 1 year, with renewable terms. Hillsong's various ministries include Hillsong Music, Hillsong Kids, Hillsong Youth, Hillsong Sisterhood, Hillsong Men, Hillsong Conference, Hillsong City Care, Hillsong International Leadership College, Hillsong Channel, TV and Film, Hillsong Performing Arts Academy and Hillsong Health Center. Their total facilities are estimated to be worth around $100 million. Bobby Houston has been especially influential in Hillsong's ministry for women, called Sisterhood. She is a mentor to many of Hillsong's women leaders. Although Hillsong generally supports the traditional roles of wife and mother for women, the church's position is that their ministries empower women. Riches found via interviews with attendees that the ministries increased women's choice regarding around sexuality and child rearing, encouraged women to start small businesses and to take on promotions at work, facilitated women's participation in cultural events, as well as promoted women's voices in religious teaching and public life. Church members have described Hillsong's leadership development as a process that supports women's movement from timid, supportive wife into leadership roles within the church. The sisterhood is involved in issues like HIV, domestic violence and human trafficking. Their midweek gathering is primarily for women. It is attended by all female staff members and is the foundation of Hillsong's women's ministries. The Thursday meeting for mothers increasingly now includes businesswomen. They also have special quarterly, Sisterhood United, night meetings that include working women. Members of the church say that Bobby's authority